My district has too much drillers. Like who wants it? Like who wants war with Sydney's thrillers?
All right, that should work. All right, guys, so we're going to begin today's podcast actually with a sponsorship. And today we are sponsored by me. Because I'm self-made here. I'm trying to make it big. You all know that. So remember, real G's don't sleep. They're hardworking. They only take long-ass blinks. And that's what I'm becoming. I'm becoming a real G in this podcast game. So, yeah, with that being said, today's podcast is sponsored by me. All right, boys. Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast. I'm staying consistent with this now. Remember that. I'm in it for the long haul. Remember, I got to have that Mamba mentality when it comes to this podcast game. And a lot of people are starting to appreciate that, which I like. Except for this one guy named Alex Radikoff. If you guys don't know, Alex Radikoff, yeah, he's a cool guy, I guess. But he's kind of been slandering my name a little bit. Remember Josh last week? Yeah, he's kind of cooled off with that currently. But Alex has just not been showing the support that I need. You know, I'm in this big group chat. Lots of Oakville popular people in that chat. And he's just the one that keeps like just slandering my name, just saying like, yo, Brennan, you're a shitty person. Whenever I make a funny joke, everyone else in the chat likes my message. Alex doesn't like my message. He steals my jokes. Yeah, he steals jokes. Alex is a joke stealer. And honestly, I really don't appreciate that. So I think I just had to get that out of the way at the beginning here. Because, you know, Alex just not liking his style right now. And, you know, I bet you guys can relate to that. Drop in the comments, actually, the first thing you think slanders your name the most. You know, let's get a reaction going. Actually, I'm trying to spread, you know, positivity here, but some people in the world just don't want to see others win. And Alex, you don't want to see me win. All right. Other than that, big week that just happened. Super Bowl. You know, I made the prediction, guys. The Chiefs won it. Maybe I didn't get the score right, but who cares about that? Getting the score right is incredibly impossible. But I got the team right. My boy Patrick Mahomes absolutely killed it. Maybe not in the first half, but he killed it when it mattered in the last 10 minutes when, you know, San Fran thought they were going to win. But yeah, happy to see that franchise win. It's been 50 years. It's a long-ass time. Don't think I was alive 50 years ago. Don't know how things worked 50 years ago, but that's all good. Got to see my homeboys raise that championship. Got to see Andy Reid raise that championship. For those of you that don't watch sports, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to skip right through this and talk about the halftime show, because really that's all that was important to me actually during the Super Bowl. The Latin queen herself, Shakira, was performing the halftime show, everyone. Do you know how insane that is? And people were actually roasting her about it. That was probably one of the best halftime shows performances I've ever seen in my life. When Hips Don't Lie came on, I sung word for word, because it's probably in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. Shout out to my boy Andreas. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Shakira's a Latin goddess. Same with J-Lo, but yeah, just that whole show, the dancing, bringing out J Balvin and Bad Bunny, that was insane. It was just a great thing to watch. You know, all the old heads were saying like it was inappropriate. Yeah, who cares, bro? It's 2020. We're on new vibes. We're on new vibes. Yeah, so that halftime show was pretty fucking sick. The music was great. Very, very, you know, they've stuck to the culture pretty well. I think the NFL is starting to get it. Like, you know, adapt to where you are. I know Atlanta had Maroon 5 and no one asked for that, but who cares? So yeah. And boys and girls. I made this fantastic discovery today. All right, so I'm in my group chat, and I noticed one of my friends posted one of these artists from Australia. I don't listen to Australian music very often, but now I do. I'm an Australian drill rap fanboy. All right. I forget what their name is already as I'm like recording this. Don't worry, we'll search it up. Aussie drill rap. All right, Aussie drill rap. Probably one of the greatest hip hop innovations ever. 1-4. Okay. After this podcast, search up 1-4. Actually, you know what? I probably play the clip of their song at the beginning for the intro. Best thing I've ever listened to in my life. I think I'm gonna get charged with a felony or something as I'm listening to it. Absolute goons down under, and I respect it so much. Australian drill rap is probably like one of the top things I've ever listened to in my life, because they're the realest down in Sydney right there. Like, I don't even know if they're allowed to have guns in Australia, but these guys found a way. They used to use knives because they couldn't find guns, and that's absolutely insane to me. How you can be that goon on that many levels down under. and the songs are absolute bangers. Also, like you play that at any function, like yeah, okay, maybe like holes will be put on walls, but at least you know you had like banger music playing there. So yeah, that was my big discovery today. Australian drill music, absolutely heat. Big Brando recommendation after this podcast. If you guys go out, listen to Australian drill music, listen to 1-4 Gang. That's facts. There's a good Vice video on it too. I highly recommend. All right. I usually post on my Instagram like questions you guys want me to talk about during the podcast. Sometimes I get a couple good ones. Sometimes I don't. All right. This guy wanted to spam my. Is time a flat circle, or do we have to repeat the same mistakes to allow out the same day over until we die? No, I think that's absolutely stupid. Josh, that was the dumbest question I've ever read in my life. Life is how you make it out, how you want it to be. We're not living the same thing over and over again. You have the choice to break out and become what you want to be. You can live out the same system every single day if you want, but I mean, like, why do that? Why even attempt doing that? All right, go out there, be the best person you can be. You know, try out different things. Don't be so one-dimensional with everything in life. Just go out there, try like me. I've been a vlogger. I've been a newscaster. I was a morning show host. I was a field reporter, and now I'm a podcaster. You know, I'm just dipping into everything. Shout out to Ridge TV for my my morning show host there. I had a pretty good gig, but nah, I think I found my niche. Podcasting is definitely the way to go. Getting a lot of support from you guys, which I really appreciate. Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to my supporters, actually. Big shout out to Matthew Curtis, Tanner Guy, Jason Sider, Matthew Wigley, not Josh, and not Alex, because they have been slandering me. And, huge shout out. All right, this is the guy that keeps me motivated right now. Sean Pata, thank you so much for motivating me and helping me keep this Mamba mentality when it comes to this podcast game. He's out here supporting me. Every time he sees me, he's like, yo, those are the greatest podcasts I've ever listened to in my life. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm out here producing content, but I still got to stay humble, you know? All right. Story time now. What's a good story to talk about? All right. Say about like a year and a half ago, right? There's a girl. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take her out on a date. She seems pretty nice. She seems into me. Dog, I hate first dates. First dates are absolutely terrible because they can be awkward if the other person chooses not to talk to you. Like, I shit you not. I took this person to like a dessert place or whatever. Doesn't talk to me the whole time. Ever watch paint dry? I swear to God, that was more exciting than what I had to go through that night. I wasted gas. I had to go drive and get her. Like, it was terrible. And then once we got there, it was like, I'm trying to hold up the conversation and nothing's happening, bro. Like, zero things are happening. And like the amount of disrespect that was shown on that date too, it's like, I honestly think I just got used for food, but who cares? That's just the life we have to live sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, the story's not very good, but that's okay. Boys, exciting news. Link down in the description is the Whocast podcast. Next week, I am looking for my first guest on the podcast. Yes, you heard that right. My first guest on the podcast. And, you know, click the link in the description. Find out how to join. I'm definitely going to put instructions or something. Join the Discord. And I'll set up details on when we can record a podcast together. Any one of you can join this podcast. I'm making this open to the community. And I'm trying to be the best that I can be. And I feel like adding a guest to the show would absolutely enhance it that much better. So down in the description is the Discord link. Make sure to click on it. Make sure to join. And I'm really excited to see who the first guest is going to be. I kind of have an idea who it's going to be. But, you know, if scheduling works out, then yeah, it's going to be a banger. The person may or may not be on camera. Probably not. But you know what? We're working on that. I'm working on elevating myself to have two people on camera and get the conversation absolutely ripping. So, yeah, that's it for this week's podcast, actually, guys. A little quick one, you know. But I'm out here producing content for you guys. You guys probably saw my live stream earlier today. Hopefully I had some good luck in my case opening. And yeah, remember, boys, it's a drip or drown world. Life's all about guns and butter. And I'll see you next week. Peace out, Who Crew.
district has too much drillers. Like who wants war with Sydney's drillers?